the spread of Islam from China to Andalus, each area add from its culture. So we find the Arabic calligraphy in ceramics, coins, we find in mosques, we find in textiles.
Hello and welcome to Qatar 365 with me, Adil Halim. On this episode, we're immersing ourselves into the world of books and literature. We'll explore how reading can fuel creativity and how the written word can be an art form that lasts centuries. But first, Laila Humara went across Doha to find out how organizations are thinking outside the box to get children interested in books.
Meet Ramli. He's a familiar face at the children's section of the Qatar National Library, and today is his special day. Ramli has been officially inaugurated as the QNL's mascot, and the kids are thrilled.
هو اسمه رملي. دقيقة واحدة. رملي تعال شوية. هذا هو رملي أعرفكم عليه. رملي باختصار شديد هو ثعلب الصحراوي ودود جدا. لا تخافون مو الثعالب الأخرى اللي تعض ولا شيء. هذا ثعلب ودود جدا ورائع ويحب الأطفال جدا.
Inspired by the Arabian desert fox, the library hopes to instill the same sense of inquisitiveness and adventurous nature as the animal to children all around Qatar.
رملي بالنسبة لنا نحن مكتبة قطر الوطنية يرمز إلى حب المكتبة، إلى شغف القراءة. طبعا رملي يحب القراءة، يحب اللعب وهو مرح جدا. دائما راح يكون متواجد إن شاء الله لينشر حب المعرفة للأطفال.
Ramli the mascot is among many initiatives put together to encourage children to read more and spend more time in libraries.
وقالت الحرباء
من المؤكد أن التمساح سيأكله.
One way to do that is through storytelling sessions, which Ibrahim frequently leads.
أقدر أسميها شوية متلفزة مسرحية وأحاول أضيف فيها أسلوبي الخاص من خلال تغيير صوتي يعني مثلا أحاول أن أتكلم بشخصية شريرة وبعد ذلك يأتي ذلك المسكين ويحرم. أحاول أن أغير صوتي بين حين وآخر. هذا شيء يلفت انتباه الأطفال ويشدهم إلى القصص ويبدأون في قراءة القصص حتى يتذكروا هذه اللحظات ويبدأون في تقليدي.
From the local library to an international book fair, where every year the sprawling 29,000 square meter Doha Exhibition and Convention Center is packed with activities celebrating books and reading.
The 33rd edition of the Doha International Book Fair has attracted more than 500 publishers from over 40 countries, where the focus goes beyond just books. Through musical performances, calligraphy, live storytelling, and interactive booths for people of all ages, organizers are hoping to inspire visitors to make knowledge and creativity a central chapter of their lives.
A traditional dance troupe from Oman takes to the stage for a special performance. As this year's guest of honor country, they get to put on a show for visitors and give them a taste of Omani hospitality.
هذا فخر واعتزاز لنا وتعزيزا للتعاون المتبادل بين البلدين الشقيقين. أيضاً تبادل ثقافي وفكري.
The Japanese embassy has also drawn quite a crowd. They've come for a lesson on origami and a demonstration of Japanese calligraphy, but some have stayed to flip through a few books about the culture.
We have also a number of different kinds of books, ranging from Japanese language textbooks for those who want to learn Japanese, and also some books about tourism in Japan.
Kazuto says the crowd gets bigger every year, not just at Japan's booth, an indication that interest in literature, no matter where they're from, transcends borders and cultures.
As literature and education go hand in hand, Liwan Design Studios has a permanent exhibition celebrating the life of Qatar's pioneering educator, Amna Mahmoud Al-Jaida. Honor the past to celebrate the future, Qatar's educational vision pays tribute to the founder and first principal of Qatar's inaugural girls' school. I sat down with Qatar Museum's Sheikha Reem Al Thani to find out how archival material dating back to 1938 is being used to highlight the school's impact on multiple generations of Qatari women. Sheikh Kareem, how does this exhibition celebrate the legacy of Amna Mahmoud Al-Jaida?
Well, it really is a homage to her and to what she has done for the education system, but also for women education. She is someone who was fighting for women's education and talked to the families of the different girls to see how can she bring them first into the Qatar system and actually have it in her house as a safe space.
And that fight literally meant going door to door to convince families to send their daughters to school. How was that received at the time?
At the time, you could see even from our newspapers, and we have some of those on display here in what used to be her office. Definitely there was some backlash. Definitely it was a hard, uphill battle for her to go through, but it was very fruitful. And you see also pictures that we have here documented from the time, actually on the same exact courtyard that you see outside of the girls sitting down around her, and it's one of the only images that we have actually of her, and she's teaching them Quran. And behind us actually is her Quran, her personal Quran that she would be teaching people, and it's handwritten and it's in impeccable shape.
We're sitting in what used to be the principal's office, and there's archive material that dates back to 1938. What are some of the things that visitors can expect when they come here?
So when you come to this exhibition, the intention was to actually first document. Their histories in Qatar are not always very written down. We're collecting people more than documenting people. And this was a great example of this, us having to go back in the timeline to verify information, objects, where did they come from, all the stories behind them. They even have on one of these walls, there's a map of Qatar. At that time, there wasn't a geography book, so the teachers here did that themselves. They actually created the map of Qatar with all of its geography, and we're teaching it to the students. So these are some of the things you can see here.
Why was it important to make this a permanent exhibition at Liwan?
This exhibition is actually a partnership with a class that I teach at VCU, where since I am someone who's been in exhibition design for a very long time and I've been working with the museums, it's something that I have seen with students and people coming in just out of university, especially for design, where they're seeing their conceptual work, but how do you actually create it within the physical world? So I started this class with VCU with this intention.
But for you personally, what does Amna's legacy mean?
Well, I do believe if she hadn't had that fight to actually have girls, have a safe space for girls to go into education, we wouldn't be here.
The art of Arabic calligraphy is at the heart of Qatar's thriving literary scene. The ancient writing style is a prized tradition and a key part of the cultural heritage of the region. Joanna Hughes visited the Museum of Islamic Art to put her pen to paper and learn more about the centuries-old practice.
A combination of the Greek words kolos and grapho, calligraphy literally means beautiful writing. The art form traces back thousands of years, but is still taught in classrooms like this one, where budding artists are escaping the summer sun to get crafty with letters and words.
In calligraphy, you need 3 basic materials: paper, pen, and ink. But as I'm finding out at this creative calligraphy workshop hosted by the Museum of Islamic Art, the simplicity of the toolkit is deceiving, because painting with words is anything but simple.
Push straight. No, push it. Push. Don't come like this. Push the pen like this. But don't change the angle. Arabic calligraphy, it depends on rules. First, how to hold the pen in the correct angle. So you need a teacher to learn how to hold the correct angle, and then you can practice in the correct way.
The museum hosts workshops for calligraphy enthusiasts of all ages. From seasoned artists to first-timers, they are all inspired by the Arabic calligraphy on display in the museum.
أنا أول ما بلشت أكتب كانت شوي ترج إيدي وأكتب خطأ، لأنه لما بلشت أعرف أكتب الألف وإنه مع تشجيع الأستاذ حسيت إني كتير سهل، بده مجهود وتعب وهيك وصبر.
Workshop host Hussein has more patience than most. He has been perfecting the art of writing for decades to master not one, but many of the different styles that have evolved over the centuries.
We have 5 classic scripts. We have Kufik, have Ruqa, have Nasr, have Nas Ta'liq, we have Diwani. Each script needs a time. it needs a long time to be perfect in it. The spread of Islam from China to Andalus, each area add from its culture. So we find the Arabic calligraphy in ceramics, coins, we find in mosques, we find in textiles.
Decorative handwriting is used as a visual expression of faith in many religions, with verses from holy scripts adorning places of worship around the world. Here at Qatar's Minaretain Mosque, verses from the Quran are a distinctive feature in a design by Iraqi architect and calligrapher Taha al-Hitti.
The artist, Taha, chose one of the surahs in the Holy Quran. It's called Al-Hujurat, and this specific surah that he chose talks about the morals and values that we as a human should have. Respect, honesty, do not talk about others behind their back, do not spy, be respectful, trustworthy, and he surrounded the whole building with it.
Calligraphy graces the Minaretain Mosque outside and in, with the traditional handwriting seamlessly blending with contemporary architectural design.
He was so creative in building this building, the Minaretain building, and specifically the Minaretain Mosque, because he chose to use his creativity, blending the modern perspective and the beauty of Arabic calligraphy.
Equally striking is the penmanship on Mosque 27 on Qatar's Kataifan Island. The traditional verses are another prime example of Qatar's efforts to mix old and new, captivating worshippers and non-worshippers alike.
From international book fairs to ancient calligraphy that stood the test of time, and a look back at the first ever girls' school in Qatar, we hope you enjoyed this episode, but that's all the time we have for now. For more, check out Euronews.com and connect with us through our hashtag. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Qatar 365.